Hey, it's Carlos Scarpero. I believe we are connected on LinkedIn. I want to talk to you today with a quick LinkedIn tip. There are a lot of people on LinkedIn that talk about this concept of open networking. Um, you see it a lot on LinkedIn, this thing called the LinkedIn Lions. They typically will put this thing LION next to their name. And oftentimes people ask me, is that a good way to network or a bad way to network? It Yeah, a lot of LinkedIn books seem to think that this is a great way to do it, but I would tend to disagree with that. Simply because if you have a huge network full of people that aren't really truly interested in what you're offering, it's going to be a big mess. And I should know this for myself because at one point I had a network of about 16,000 people and it became pretty messy. It just random people connected to me that I had no interest in doing business with. They had no interest in doing business with me. It became a big mess. And a few years ago, I actually started over. I tried to defriend a few people. It didn't work out. So I started it from scratch. And so the way I did it was now I call it basically cluster networking. Yeah, and so your cluster could be your hometown, it could be your state, it could be a country, it could be an industry. But you want to get a cluster of people with common interests that are connected to you. And then as you're building out that network, build around that concept. Think about it. If you have someone that sends a connection request to you with two common connections to you, but so person B has 55 common connections or 60 common connections, you're much more likely to connect with the person that has the 60 common connections. I get connection requests all the time. I send out connection requests all the time, and I'll tell you that if we have a lot of common connections, I'm much more likely to at least look at the profile and see if I want to connect. But so don't be shy about connecting. Oftentimes I see the opposite where people are just like, oh, I'm not going to send out a lot of connection requests. I'm scared LinkedIn's going to ban me or something. And they're not. It's a fine line. So here's my tip. So think about your local market or your local industry or whatever way you want to connect, and think about who your target audience is. Who's your target audience? Is it president, CEO? Is it realtors? Is it whoever it is? Figure out who that target audience is, and then also think about who is also serving that target audience and how can you connect with those people. And then just go ahead and get a little more aggressive with it. You can send 50 or 75 requests a day. I tend to tell people not to go over 75, simply because LinkedIn will start getting on you when you get over 75. But if you're doing 50 to 75 a day, you can do it without any problems. So try it out. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.